Well, good evening, everybody, on a rare Saturday night. Andy here and Tom from Two Legs, and we are kind of kicking off a little pre Super Bowl 55 preview. We're going to kind of just talk about our thoughts on the game, obviously, some of the halftime performances. And, when we're talking Super Bowl at halftime, Paul McCartney factors into that discussion because he's been a part of it. So
Right.
that's how we figured this was a relevant chat for this evening before the big game tomorrow, which we'll see what everybody's going to be doing for that. So, evening, brother. How are you tonight?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just getting a little rest in before I have to pick the wife up at the airport. But other than that,
There you go.
doing all right.
Let me
Yeah.
get our little
Oh
chat
yeah.
up here to make sure that I can see it because that's been a snafu
Yeah.
sometimes. Got my music, got my tunes playing in the background. Hopefully, YouTube people don't flag it. Little
Yeah.
Genesis tonight. My partner in crime, he got
Yeah.
Genesis vinyl, which he's going to show us in a
Yep.
minute. So he kind of got my prog mode going again. He got a white Genesis vinyl, which I'm like super jealous of. He got that. It's so cool. All right.
Yeah. That's
All
good.
right. Now, let's see. Is this chat up and running? Oh, I got to change it again. This stupid thing. Let's see. Okay. So, wait a minute. Oh, thanks. Live chat. Okay. So I think we're live. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, tomorrow 6:30, good old Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady
Yes.
against Mahomes and the Kansas City
Mahomes.
Chiefs. Second game, second Super Bowl in a row for them from Tampa, and this is the first time in Super Bowl history that the home team plays in their home stadium.
First time. Isn't that crazy?
It never happened before.
So 55 years. It took 55 years for a team to actually
Get
make it to
there.
the Super Bowl in the city that's hosting the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's been a couple close calls, but they
Yeah.
got there. The spread is 3. Kansas City is favored by 3.
By 3? Okay.
They're favored by 3, which is typical.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great game.
I hope so. I mean, that's all you can ask for.
I think it's going to be a great game. I really don't have. I'm a New York Giant fan, so I don't really have a dog in the fight. Tom, I know, isn't really as big into the NFL these days as he used to be. But I just want to see a good game. I will not be surprised if Tom Brady wins. If the game is close, I'm going to say because I was talking to some friends earlier, sports friends, and I'm a big football guy too. I mean, my music first, but I enjoy my football.
Right.
When the Giants have not been terrible, but the Chiefs got there last year and they played the Niners, and the Niners were beating them for like 3 quarters.
Niners were kicking their butt. Yeah.
And that was with Jimmy Garoppolo, who was a very unproven quarterback, right?
Right.
And then, of course, they came back and won. Now they're going up against Brady, and now a better defense. So
a better defense, and then I know their O-line is hurting a little bit as well. Kansas City. So,
right? Yeah, they're missing a lineman, I think, or 2.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the whole spectacle of the Super Bowl though is just I don't know. It's like obviously it's the most watched event of the year, but it's just so much. It's like not a game. It's such a.
Right.
I mean, everything is like so drawn out. I mean, like tomorrow, like the pregame show is going to start at like 12 o'clock.
Yeah, 12 o'clock probably. Yeah, if I remember correctly. I mean, it's just an all-day event, really.
It's an all-day event. It's so scripted and formatted, especially now, ever since the wardrobe malfunction year when that happened. And you'll know
2004.
I think that's right. Kind of tying it into our guy, our kid Paul. The year after that,
they started playing it safe.
Is when Paul. But I actually thought he was the halftime in the 2001 Super Bowl. He played. It was the pre-show.
That's right. It was the pre-show, and we gotta remember that's when we had Gabe on.
Right.
Last week. He talked about that where he said he could do the Super Bowl, but he couldn't do the tour.
But I forgot. I was thinking it was half. Yeah, it was just the pre-show.
It was pre-show, right? So he was telling us that you couldn't do one or the other. You had to do both. So he wasn't able to do that.
Show. But I think So I remember specifically Paul playing Freedom because that was right. That was right after 9/11. So and that would have been January of 2002 because the tour started in April of that year. So which ties into what Gabe was telling us when we had him on a few
Right.
weeks back. So, yeah, in 2005, I believe that was the Super Bowl that was down, which was actually in that it was in Jacksonville, which wasn't, I think, in hindsight, wasn't a great location.
Right.
But that was the Eagles and Patriots.
Colts.
Patriots.
No, Patriots. Yeah, that's
It was
right.
the
That's
Eagles
right.
Patriots
Yes,
game.
Patriots. Right.
That was the Terrell Owens game when like he almost couldn't play, but then that was the Donovan McNabb. He threw up at the end of the game, all that
Yeah.
stuff. 24-21, that game.
Right.
That was the third. No, Patriots won in 2001, 2002.
Two. Right.
They didn't win in 3. That was their third. That was
their third and
that was
fourth.
their-
I think
right. That was their third because in 2002, Tampa Bay, who's actually playing tomorrow, won. Tampa Bay played in 02 against Oakland, and that was a blowout game. There's been some games over the last 20 years of Super Bowls, and there's been some duds. Of recent memory, the one here in my home state, Super Bowl, whatever that was, it was in 2013, so Super Bowl 48 or something, it was the Seattle-Denver Super Bowl. That one was atrocious.
Right.
That was a blow, but most of them, for the most part, have been good, down to the wire. So, but with the halftime show, in 2005, that was January. So Chaos came out later that year,
right?
But he played obviously a very truncated, set list.
Yeah, it was Beatle heavy. I mean, with one wing song with "Live and Let Die,"
right?
So,
and as you know, the whole thing is just they don't even. I don't know what the last year the halftime show was truly live because now it's pre-recorded, right? Because it has to be.
Right. It has to be. Right.
The whole operation has to be done in less than 18 minutes or something like that. The half ends, right? And then the stage rolls out and all everything rolls in and the lights and the production crews, everything rolls out. I think they've got 12 minutes to get their set. So what these artists do a lot is they they do a medley of their songs. Recently, although I think Paul, I don't
or shorter versions of
their song. I'm sure, I looked up on Wikipedia today. Paul did "Hey Jude." I don't think he did the whole thing.
No. I think he did like a verse, maybe a verse and a half, and then the start of the na na nas.
Right. It was "Drive My Car."
Get Back. And then it was "Live and Let Die."
"Hey Jude."
Right. Yeah.
So there's not too many to do that, but it's listen. That's so then they went safe for a while, and then I believe in 2000.
Yeah, because Stones was next. Was the next year in Detroit. I think Springsteen, and then you had Prince,
and then you had the Who in 2010.
They had the Who, which I'm sure you were excited about.
Very much. Yeah, that was cool. So they went safe there for a while after the whole
right. However, I would say that Prince isn't necessarily safe.
No.
But safer maybe. I mean, I remember one of the images where they had the what's it called, the curtain.
Yeah.
And you can see and then you can see where Prince had his guitar and he was almost crotch shaped.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it's always how many people watch it just for the music thing? Probably a lot. And then of course the commercials and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. However, I've been really let down by the commercials last few years. But
there's been nothing eye-catching, oh my
God,
that's great.
What was the first Super Bowl you watched? Do you remember?
First Super Bowl that I watched, really actively watching, it was probably when I was 10 or 11, but probably that second Giants Super Bowl. Okay. I wasn't a hardcore fan. I was still kind of.
That was Hostetler, right? That was the
Hostetler.
He took over for Sims, who got the injury.
Phil got hurt in week 10 of that season against Buffalo. Actually, against Buffalo. Right. Hostetler came in. Giants won the whole. Giants played Buffalo actually, which is it's the 30-year anniversary of that game, which was held in Tampa.
Yeah. Okay.
25 and 55. So, that game was in Tampa, 20-19. Right. Wide right. Sorry, Buffalo Bills fan.
Yeah, that's right. I think I remember the image. I think everybody was holding their hands,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That was, why everybody? Well, that was the Buffalo Bills sideline.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Listen, 47 yards on grass, and that is no gimme. On turf, maybe.
Yeah.
Not down there, especially in that moment. I felt bad for the guy. Buffalo. That was the first of Buffalo's 4 runs to go to the Super
Right.
Bowl
That's
and get
right. Yeah.
nothing.
4 in a row and got nothing. Yeah.
And they were all against NFC East teams. They played
Right.
Washington the next year, smoked, and they
Right.
played Dallas in the next 2 Super Bowls, and they got smoked.
Right.
So, and I have a very good
Forget
friend of
about
mine who's a Buffalo Bills fan, and he's long time suffering. And I'm like, when they made their run this year, I wanted them to win for him.
Hey, listen, I thought they were going to do better against the Chiefs a couple of weeks ago.
I had a chance.
Yeah.
They were in that game. There was a couple one or two moments where it was close, where
Right.
they could have had a chance.
But that's the thing with Mahomes, though. I mean, you keep it close in that fourth quarter. You're giving him a chance. Almost giving him a free pass. You're almost like giving him the game. He's just so good in that fourth quarter.
He is, and that's the thing. Like look at last year's game, right? They played the Niners, and and even like that whole playoff seed. They played Houston in the playoffs last year. Houston was beating them 24-0, and Kansas City ended up winning by like 20-something points. So they can turn it on so quick. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if the fact that the Brady factor and the defense factor, like they're not.
Hey, listen, they had a shot to going. This could have been their 3rd Super Bowl in a row. I mean, that game that Brady beat, and the Patriots won by. I mean, that was a close game as well.
I was in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, that was the AFC Championship game.
2 years ago when the guy went off.
Yep.
The guy went off sides, and they really, that was the year that was that kind of crappy Super Bowl. That was the Patriots Rams, which was just a god awful game. It was like 12-10, or it was a low scoring game. It was not a great watchable game.
No, that wasn't really. I mean, I liked it because the Patriots won, but other than that,
but so this could have been his 3rd, really. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's always got those weird start times. It's on CBS, which I don't know if you like CBS, Fox, whatever. I always felt CBS does a better presentation.
Right.
I've always enjoyed the games on CBS more than
We've
Fox.
got that CBS access that we pay for. So
I mean, it's free anyway.
It's going to be on there. Yeah, I know that, but
Oh, you subscribe to that?
Yeah, we subscribe to that because my wife's a Trekkie. They've got the 2 Star Trek shows on there.
Right.
So.
Blue Bloods too, which is
to
watch that, Tom. You'd like that.
I remember first one I watched was 85 with the Bears and the Patriots.
That was your first Super Bowl?
That was the first Super Bowl I watched. Absolutely, yeah.
46-10.
Yeah.
Not a good one.
Yeah, no, not really.
So that's 1985, January of 86. That's the first one you remember?
Yeah. That's the first one I remember. That's first one I watched. I mean, I remember I stayed home alone. Everybody else went out, and I was just like, I just watched it on my own and had a good time. I mean, I've never been like a diehard football fan.
Never even
never. Yeah. But I mean, I've enjoyed it over the years. But
call yourself a casual. You're a casual.
Yeah, I'm casual. Yeah, I've always been a casual fan. However, ever since starting the podcasting in 2016, it's just like you're spreading yourself out thin, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, a whole year goes by and you haven't even watched the game.
Well, you've said that, and when we hooked up on doing this, I remember I've generally religiously try to watch a lot of football on Sundays, but when you get caught up with this stuff, you've been doing 2 legs now for 5 years. So
that's the thing. Yeah, you doing 2 podcasts. You're married and you got full-time job. It's just working. It's just
this is like my only thing. You got more talk. You got enough going on. So it's hard to juggle all that. So
jugs. I like jug. No,
it's hard to juggle it all. So it's I'm looking forward to it. I've always gone to a big party with a lot of friends for 20 years, and
good.
Same kind of crew.
Crazy Super Bowl parties. Yeah, just bringing back memories now. I remember a crazy one where we rented out. We had a bar that was close to where we worked at, and we kind of like rented it out, so it was just shut down for us. And it was the year of the. Was it Frisco and Chargers when Frisco just
94.
Yeah,
94.
Frisco just blew them out. It was just a really
55-24, something like that.
Right. And we just destroyed that place.
Did you really?
Yeah. It's funny.
You remember the parties more than you remember the game, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
You ever-
and I think the year before, no, or the year after, I actually won 2 squares. And now I think that was, what year was the Tennessee one
Two
where they?
boxes.
Yeah, I won 2 box. Yeah, um,
Tennessee and Rams.
where
90,
it was.
99, 2000.
Yeah, where it was just
Kevin Dyson. Yeah, Kevin Dyson.
yeah, it was like 1 yard away.
Yep, 23-16
Yeah, yeah.
down at the Georgia Dome in
Yeah.
Atlanta that year.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a good. That was a
great
great game.
finish. It was
That
a
was a,
good finish. It was
that was,
exciting fourth quarter.
that was
Not
a great game.
necessarily a good game, but
Oh yeah, good fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Very exciting. And listen, when you get the dramatics, that's why the NFL is what the NFL is. It's once a week. It's not like baseball. It's not like hockey, where there's games on multiple times a week. It's once a week for 16 weeks.
Yeah.
Playoffs. So you can set your calendar to it. If that's your thing.
Right.
And it's always been a little side passion of mine, but
But the cool thing was that the restaurant that I was working at the time, that was our holiday party as well. So we were closed. So it's like Super Bowl Sunday. It was also our holiday party. So we'd all go
in January or
whatever. That was our
that was when you guys had your holiday party.
Yeah. Because December was just so.
Oh, for you guys, probably you would have been slammed. So you wait a month and then you have your holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I get why. Yeah. That's like this December, you probably just go nonstop working 18-hour days.
Yeah, exactly. And then, in January, it finally slows down a little bit. And then you want to just, crash. No one wants to,
Yeah, nobody wants to deal with it. No, I get that.
Exactly.
I get that. Yeah. So we'll see. Now, tomorrow is, I think, the weekend is the halftime show.
That's what
I like some of his music. What do you think? Do you like him?
Can't say that I do.
Do you know his music?
Yeah, well, I know of him. Yeah, I mean, we've cooked for him a couple times out here in Arizona.
You have,
but I didn't stick around to watch the performance or anything. But yeah, I mean, I've seen some videos, heard some of his music. He's all right. I kind of tend to like Bruno Mars a little bit better.
Okay.
A little bit more than him, and I know Bruno did the show a couple years ago.
He did a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one, I believe, in Jersey, I think. Yeah. I like it. I like it because he's like Bruno Mars. What's like the retro sound, the Michael Jackson sound.
Absolutely.
I dig it. I don't like a lot of contemporary music. I don't, to be honest. But I like The Weeknd. I have a couple of his albums. So
good, cool.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see what It's going to be a 12-minute thing. Now the anthem, the best anthem I've ever heard. I'm partial to this because it was Super Bowl 25. Whitney Houston. Doing the anthem before 25. That's the gold standard.
That'll never be matched. Never be matched.
I mean, that was like the Gulf War had just broken out.
Right.
That was like, and that's I was about 10 then, so that was the kind of first one I remember. But the Whitney Houston one is always.
It's just like chills. You watch it and you just get chills and goosebumps and all that stuff. It's very good.
And then you start seeing, I don't know if you ever follow those sheets where they do all those kind of crazy prop bets, first the coin toss, the anthem will be 2 minutes and 35 seconds over under.
Right. Yeah. They were talking about some crazy one. There's one of the sports radio shows out here was talking about, they had a bookie on there. We're talking about a couple of the crazier bets that when will Tom throw a tantrum in the first half or the second half, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's the amount of bets that it's
right,
and you can place them all, which is crazy.
You see somebody place like a bet, like millions, like 4 million plus or something like that for the Bucks to win or something. Like, was it 2 million or 4 million or something like crazy?
What, just to win?
Just to win, yeah.
Wow, interesting. That's a pretty hefty bet. See, now with you living out in the West Coast, you don't have to deal with the time, like the late time starts.
See, this is the best thing about one of the best things about living in the West Coast is, if it's a 6:05 start, you're 4:05. Next game's over at maybe 7:30. And you still got the rest of your evening.
Which is real. I mean, and even during, if you're like a passionate sports fan, the games start at 10 or 11 in the morning,
right?
And by 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
you're done.
You're done.
We don't get that here. We don't.
Oh, I know. I mean, I remember, watching a lot of those West Coast because I'm a big baseball junkie, and I would, watch a lot of I would watch my Tigers when I lived in Detroit, and those late night games start at 10:30 at night. It's just
Yeah, there's 10:30 starts. Like it's like
yeah,
if you watch your basketball team,
right,
play.
exactly, yeah,
So
exactly,
I know it. What do they say? It's the most cold out. Then Monday is the most cold out day of the year.
right,
After, right?
yeah.
Which I know that the NFL is moving. I think it's next season or the season after. The game's gonna be played on President's Weekend
Oh, really?
because then everybody has the Monday off. And they're
Okay.
adding a game. They're adding a game to the regular.
Yes, that's right. They are adding a game. Yeah.
So lots of people will be very happy because then they don't have to burn the day off, and everybody will have President's Weekend off. I mean, the way to look at it now, the game's tomorrow, the 7th. Next weekend is President's Weekend. So I mean,
that's right. Yeah.
So it's you're just bumping it out another week. The Super Bowl used to be played in January.
Yeah.
It was always a January thing, and then after 9/11, it became February because the NFL did not play the week after 9/11. They did not play it. There was no games. So they by extending the week out, the game was played the first Sunday in February, and that's why it's been that way ever since.
Right.
Interesting enough too, like now, like it's been a standard, like after the conference title games, right? There's a 2-week thing. There's a week, and then there's a break, and then there's the Pro Bowl, and there's media week, and all that other stuff. That was not the case.
They canceled this. They canceled the Pro Bowl last week, didn't they? Was that what happened? Did they postpone or cancel it?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I didn't even watch it.
Yeah.
What they used to do was the games used to be played. You had the conference title games played on Sunday, whatever,
Right.
AFC, NFC game, and then the next week was the Super Bowl game.
Super Bowl. I remember only I'm not a big fan of this 2-week wait.
Oh, it's too much. Like I guarantee you, the players would love to just go and play.
Yeah. Oh, more than likely. I mean, it's good when you got players that are still a little banged up. I get it. You're giving them an extra week of rest. And there's a good chance that both sides are going to be pretty healthy for the game. But yeah, I mean,
it's too long. And I remember, I don't know when that changed, but when in 1990, when the Giants went out to San Francisco to play the Niners for the NFC title game, before they left Jersey, Parcells told the team, pack for 2 weeks because we're not coming back. So they did, and then and so they went right. They went to San Francisco. They beat the Niners in one of the best games ever, 15-13. Missed a field goal. They kicked the field goal to win, and then right from San Francisco they flew to Tampa, and then the game was played that Sunday. No 2-week nonsense. So that's just NFL. It just changes over the years and stuff. But we'll see. I mean, the game probably ends at like 11 o'clock Eastern time. Maybe for Tom, maybe it's 9 or something, or
perhaps. But you gotta factor in the longer halftime.
Yeah. Do you remember the one Super Bowl when the power went out? Do you remember that?
No. What year was that?
I want to say that was 2012. That was the Ravens and the Niners, and the power went out. The power went out in the stadium. I think it was in New Orleans. The power went out for like a half hour.
I think I vaguely remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, and it stopped the whole game, and then
whatchamacallit
ended up coming back. Like I think San Francisco was like steamrolling, and then Baltimore came back and won the game. Yeah, crazy.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to it, because then February is such a blah month anyway. There's not a lot going on in February anyway. So
So if we watch this game tomorrow, I tend to root for Brady because he played in Michigan. He played for Michigan. So, being from Michigan, I tend to root for him. So, and I know all the controversies surrounding him with what the Deflate Gate and what's the other one, the other gate where they got caught,
Spygate.
Spygate. Yeah. I get it. I really don't care about that stuff. Whatever. But yeah, if this game is close, like we talked about earlier, listen, I don't think the Bucks have any on paper. I think they shouldn't win. They have no business winning this game. I don't think.
On paper, no.
No, on paper, no, because I mean, you look at the team. I mean, they're Chiefs are just faster. They're younger, faster, and I think more talented in the better areas, or the more important areas of the game. But again, if you just can't count Brady out. I mean, this is his 10th freaking Super Bowl. I mean, you just don't get there from being mediocre. You know what I mean?
No, and see, Kansas City plays at such a frenetic pace that like
Yeah.
the way to beat Brady is to keep him off the field.
Right.
With long methodical
Yeah.
drives. When we beat him, when I say we,
Right.
Giants, we did that. But
Right.
now see, so Kansas City can score like in 5 seconds. So that's good, but it's also you're putting Brady back out there. So
Right. Exactly.
they're gonna have to be very careful about like how they, because that's the best way to, Brady can, long sustained drives, keep him off the field, and tire that defense out, but that's not how Kansas City plays. So we'll see.
Right.
It might make for a close game. So having said all that, before we kind of dive back into music a little bit, let's get the official two legs prediction. Tom, when you score, please.
All right, I'm going close game. I'm not going blowout. I'm going to go Bucks 30-27.
Bucks 30-27. 57 points. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot.
The over-under, I believe, last I checked, was 56.
Yes.
I'm going to go lower on that. I'm going to go 24-20.
Yeah.
Kansas City. Because I think the pressure is going to be there for Mahomes. They're going against Brady now. They're not going against. You're
going 24-27. You said
24-20.
24-20. Okay, and you're going Chiefs. So I'm just going to write that down. We'll see how we do, and I'm going to go 30-27 Bucks. Okay.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Keep score, everybody at home. So you've gotten some records the last couple of weeks. What do we got? Let's see.
Do we got? Okay, well, first of all, we'll start with the Genesis one because
which I'm playing in the background.
Yeah,
Genesis
you are.
Duke,
So we got Duke.
Oh, great record.
Yeah, but the cool thing about it is just the white, the white vinyl. It's pretty. Sounds nice. Great. Rhino put this out. They did a great job. I just picked up the Trick of the Tail vinyl a couple weeks ago as well. So I think they released these two on the same day.
They're the only two Genesis releases that you know of at this point?
That are color vinyl, don't know. I got to do some more research in that. No, I know all of their stuff has been released on vinyl, black vinyl. I just don't know.
No, yeah, those are. So where are you at in your Genesis fandom of collecting and, are you still?
I would say, okay, I'll tell you what, when YouTube was first popping up around, 2003, 2004, 5, 6 or whatever it was, I discovered those early, I can't remember what country they were in, but those early Genesis videos that they did for Musical Box. I'm talking about.
Those were shot in France, I believe.
France or something like that. But anyways, there was like 5 of them, I think. Fountain of
Salmesis.
Yeah, thank you. And there was 2 other ones. Return of the
Return of the Giant Hogweed.
Thank you. And I fell in love with those songs, and I never listened to the Peter Gabriel led Genesis. So I lived in Chicago. Right down the street was the Virgin record store.
Oh, great.
And they were just releasing all of the stuff on CD, remastered CDs. So I got all of those, and then I got all of the Phil Collins led stuff. So around that time, I started getting into Genesis.
So did you get the box set, the 70 to 75 box set?
No. I just bought them individually.
Individually, yeah. Hold on one sec. I'm going to grab it. Hold on.
Yeah.
This thing. Yeah, I think around that time. So that you bought all these individually, Tom, right?
Individually, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Great opportunity to revisit the Peter Gabriel era.
Yeah.
So so you hadn't really listened to the Peter Gabriel era at all.
Not before that, no. So then I got them all. I got but Foxtrot, and then Nursery Crime, obviously Selling England by the Pound.
Oh yeah.
Got all that stuff. Not since I was more familiar with the Phil Collins stuff, and then I got all that stuff as well. So
you haven't really went down the rabbit hole with the Lamb yet, though, right?
you know what? Listened to it twice and just couldn't get into it.
Got to give it another shot. You got to give it
Yeah.
another shot. I mean, if you dig all that, if you like all that early stuff now, I mean,
Right.
it's a complex listen. It's not
Yeah, I think it's an acquired taste, and I think sometimes you have to be in a certain mood for it. I mean, I just,
So you listened to it twice
this-
recently, or
yeah,
no?
no. This was back in, again, the
Oh, give it
2005, six.
You got to give it another shot.
Maybe
You
I
know,
will. Yeah, maybe I will. I mean, if they're re-releasing all this stuff, Rhino's releasing all this stuff on color vinyl, then I'm just gonna
just get that.
I'm just gonna get I'll just start getting all of that stuff.
Yeah, you got to keep me posted on this. If you can
But,
send me an
yeah.
article or a press release
Yeah.
on this or something, because
Yeah.
I haven't seen this anywhere.
Right.
Posted about or written about anywhere.
No, yeah, well, I'm just lucky that the record store that I frequent just gets this stuff in, so
Yeah, obviously being your age, of course. Listen, would have to be like not alive to not be exposed to the Phil Collins viruses.
right. I know, getting a close up here because I'm reaching for another record here, but
yeah. What else you got?
Yeah, so when I went yesterday to pick that up, then I was flipping through, and then I picked this up as well.
Oh yeah,
the
Magic Christian,
but obviously the big deal about Paul
featuring
McCartney.
Come and Get It.
Yes, written by Paul McCartney. It's funny because it says featuring Come and Get It down below, and then it's also got a featuring Come and Get It by Badfinger. So
yeah,
the hit single. But
what pressing is that, Tom?
all right, let's take a look. Again, I'm not familiar with how you find out what the pressing is.
Hold it up. I'll try to help you.
All right, so.
No, I need the label, the record.
Oh, the label. Okay, yeah.
We need Ethan too. Ethan's a pro at this.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't. That looks like is that a Commonwealth? Oh, I don't know.
It's a Commonwealth. Yeah.
Ethan, check this out. Tell us what pressing that is. So
Right.
it was never an Apple record.
No. This is Commonwealth United Records.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm sure this is pressed in Europe somewhere. Oh, actually, this is made in USA.
Really?
Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah.
But haven't listened to it yet, but look forward to checking out. But obviously, the fact that McCartney's name's on it was the main selling point.
And it's the Badfinger version, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
On there too. So
funny enough, I think McCartney was contracted to do a couple songs for this album, and then ended up giving them to Badfinger.
Yeah. Formerly known as the Ivies.
Yes, that's right. The other thing I picked up the other day was this is the 2010 Record Store Day Band on the Run.
Very nice.
Before I started collecting vinyl again, so I had to find it and purchase.
I wonder if that came out.
This is 2010.
So that's before the archive.
Well, no, the year of the archive, because 2010 started with Band on the Run.
Right, but that would have came out before that.
Probably, yeah. I gotta look up the date when the Band on the Run was released.
B-side is
that's 1985. B-side.
Right. Okay, on the B-side.
Yeah.
And Band on the Run. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Expensive?
No.
Good.
No. I mean, these are about $15, $17 anyways, and I think I got it for 20.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. And then the cherry on top. McCartney 3 was announced. Obviously, HMV, I think they weren't shipping to U.S., so it was only a European release, I guess. So our buddy Martin Quibble from the Pods Like Us podcast, he was nice enough to pick up a couple copies, and this one's yours. So this one will be on the way soon, with
Thank
obviously
you.
with the George Harrison. All things must pass. So
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Please, Mr.
already got a box here for you ready to go.
Win.
Hopefully on Monday I'll get that out to you. But I'll tell you what, I really like this blue.
Oh, you opened it. Oh,
yeah, I did. I mean, I really wanted to see this blue because it's a nice blue. And again, I don't know if the camera's going to do it any justice, but
hold it closer
if
you can.
So, yeah, that's
very
closer.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been really happy with the colors on these McCartney 3 vinyls.
Yeah, they've been they pop.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not dull. They're not dull, they're
not. No, they are not. So this is probably the 50th version I have on vinyl, with one more to go. I'm still debating on whether or not to get the Barnes and Noble blue, but I might call after.
Why? You don't even need
exactly.
Why? Come on.
Yeah. Why ask why?
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, so the a couple things.
Those are your scores?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So one of the things Tom and I were going to kind of just start talking about too on here is what we've been diving into reading wise, what books we've been looking at and reading, and just the other day I just finished Steve Hackett's autobiography.
Very cool.
Called A Genesis in My Bed, which just came out.
Right.
Was an import from the UK. Not long, 168 pages.
Oh, that's it, huh?
Very easy to read, very quick. Very like much like McCartney books.
Right.
Like 80% of the book covers on his career with Genesis, and a little bit, and like the last 40 years is like this much.
That's exactly.
Which is a trend,
right.
But great book, and I've gotten a chance to see Steve Hackett live. I don't know, 6 or 7 times now over the last 6 or 7 years. Great book. He's kind of like the forgotten guy at Genesis a little bit there. A
little bit, yeah, because his tenure was so short.
He hung around for 2 albums after Peter Gabriel for Trick of the Tail, Wind and Wuthering, and then he started, and then he left because he never felt that he kind of got his share of album space to stretch his creativity, and this is why he left. And there was that documentary that was done,
Sum of All Parts,
and he kind of was really not given a lot of good credit in that.
No,
and this is a man who's got a prolific solo career and an amazing catalog on its own right. So, any of you Genesis people
he's credited as creating the tapping on
the tapping on that you hear on all those early Genesis songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Tapping is that's his
just creating that in general.
Yeah, that's what
that style.
The early 70s. You hear it on. He does it fantastically on the opening track of "Selling England by the Pound," which is "Dancing with
Return
the
of the
Giant." Hogweed.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Love it.
Yeah. That's like early 70s.
Early 70s. Yeah.
So very pioneering and just a nice guy. I've met him before shows. Cool. I've emailed with him back and forth a couple times. So,
nice.
Yeah, just a genuine person, and definitely when he tours again, definitely if you like that music, go see him for sure.
Right. It's cool that he's still putting stuff out because he just released a new album as well.
Another new one, yes.
Right, and it's cool that artists like him, who are probably not as well known, obviously, as the other four, but he's able to still continue to put music out, and whether whatever it's, if it's an independent label or whatever, it doesn't matter. He still
puts it out. Yeah, he's got it out. He puts it out. I think he's put out 4 albums in the last 5 years.
That's great. Yeah.
So his new one is called Under a Mediterranean Sky. I haven't listened to it yet because it just came out. I mean, his recent work has been great too. I mean, his middle period's not great. I'm gonna be honest with you. His early solo career and anything that he's done the last 4 or 5 years has been phenomenal. So what you reading, partner? Are you reading Keith Badman's book?
Well, I've been so I just end up getting this, the Beatles after the breakup, 70 to 2000, and thanks to you knowing about this book, and but I've definitely been flipping through it because of the fact that we're going to be having our friend Anthony Rotuno back on the show doing our Lennon McCartney show. So I've been definitely checking this out, and it's great because like you said, it's all the stuff that they said in press, interviews and
It's
stuff like
all
that.
it's
So
all in one book.
yeah, it's all one book, so it's perfect, and it's again, it's something like whether or not it's Luca's book or Chip's and Easter book, it's something you're not going to read from start to finish. You're just going to
No,
go.
it's a reference. It's a
Yeah,
reference book.
exactly. It's a reference, exactly. So definitely having a good time checking that out, and then obviously I've just started flipping through the Wings lot.
Oh yeah,
Allen's book as
Adrian.
well.
Yeah, great book.
Yeah. Yep. So enjoying this. So it's really cool. It was really nice of him for him to put our names in here
Very
as
nice.
as a kind of a thank you. So he's been nice with his time. He's been on our show I think 3 times now. So
Yeah,
so it was really cool to get our names in this book. So thank you.
absolutely. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah,
Yeah.
and what if that's Paul McCartney after the Beatles.com if you want that book or
Right.
any of
Right.
Adrian's other books that he's got. He's got a total of 3 now. So check
Right.
that out.
Yeah.
Um,
So I did enjoy the obviously the John Lennon 1980 book by our friend Ken Womack.
oh
So
yeah,
that was like the last book I actually read from start to
start to
finish.
finish. Yeah,
Yeah.
towards the
So
end of the year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, good one, good one. So
Yeah. And then the next book I'm probably going to get is volume 5 of the Beatles recording reference manual by a friend Hammock, Jerry Hammock. So
okay,
he's been fortunate enough to talk and meet with him a few times over the years. Really good guy, and that's again, it's not necessarily going to read from start to finish. You're just going to go to it and reference
reference,
exactly
and that's what those books are.
what mic did they use, what guitar do they use on a particular or take, and stuff like that.
Right, right, right. So
But that was like 10 years in the making. Again, it's
wow,
just
it's like Lewison. That's like Lewison
yeah,
asked.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Got 2 other books I'm dabbling through, all both by the same author that I've had for a long time, but I'm going to revisit them because he's such a good
Okay.
writer, and he's written on the Beatles, and he's also written on the Who. That's Richie Unterberger,
Mhm.
and Richie wrote the unreleased Beatles,
Oh, okay.
music and film. Richie's a great, great author. He's written probably 25 books on popular music.
Oh, wow.
The unreleased Beatles is a great book. I've had it for years. But he wrote a great book on the Who called "Won't Get Fooled Again." The Who from Lifehouse to Quadrophenia. So it's that
Gotcha.
early '70s period. Jawbone Press. If you're a Who fan, highly, highly recommend. Richie's he's so knowledgeable about the Beatles and popular music from the
Right.
in general. So check out Richie's work as well.
Yeah. I need to try to start getting into the pattern that I had before I started doing the podcasting, where I would read, because I'm a huge Stephen King fan as well. So I would read a Beatle
Fiction,
book,
fiction
and
and
then I would
nonfiction.
read a Stephen King book, and I had a good thing going where I would read one and read, and then go to a Stephen King, then back to a Beatle book,
But
and
you've
then all
been
of a sudden,
haven't that got
then
derailed.
yeah, so yeah, exactly. So I've got all these Stephen King books that I still need to get to, but and then also classic books too, like Catcher in the Rye, and just all kinds of stuff that I've been reading, was reading before podcasting and stuff like that. So
Only so many hours in a day, man. Right?
there is, buddy. There is.
So
So I was really starting to get into, the classic books, like Kill a Mockingbird and stuff like
Harper
that.
Lee,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, 1984, all that stuff. So, but yeah, exactly. Then we get busy with this podcasting thing, and
Yeah, it takes up a lot of time. So
yeah,
we have mountains of books and records and stuff to go through, and it's
right,
it's just our little personal madness, right? That we have to kind of go through.
exactly.
It's what it is. So
It
yeah.
is what it is.
So I think that that'll
Yeah,
cap it for us for this little Two Legs Talking Super Bowl 55.
yeah.
I said 24-20. Tom said 30 to 27.
30-27. Yep, yep.
So hope you all out there enjoy the game, enjoy the halftime show if you like the weekend, and
if you're watching, please subscribe.
If you watch our channel, please subscribe to us. We're at 450 subscribers as of today.
Right.
So 50 to go to 500. So please like and subscribe our channel and share and in the comments, always chime in whether you like or disagree with anything that we have to say. Please let us know.
Yeah. If you're watching this video and you want to put your prediction of score, please do so in the comment section.
Yeah, we didn't get anybody live tonight, but that's okay. It was very unplanned.
Yeah, exactly.
And we will be live again on Wednesday night. February 10th for Pipes of Peace.
Pipes of Peace. I already did my ranking already.
I didn't. I'll do it next week.
And then we're also going to be doing a show on kisses on the bottom. So.
Yep. So that's that's 2 legs for the next week or so. So stay tuned, everybody. Thanks for supporting us as always, and we'll see you next.